Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the co-founders of Fish for Life, Beau and Xander Peterson.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being here tonight. We're really, really glad you're here, and we'd like to tell you a little bit about Fish for Life. Fish for Life is a mobile network raising funds to help people in Haiti help themselves through fish farming. All the funds go to Caribbean Harvest, and it is a commitment to action under Clinton Global Initiative. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. 70% of people live in poverty on less than $2 a day, and the average per capita income is less than $660 a year. The children are suffering too. 1 in 6 children dies before the age of 5, and many do not go to school. The earthquake hit in January of 2010. 316,000 people were killed, and most of Port-au-Prince was demolished. It was a 7.0 on the Richter scale. There were 52 aftershocks, and 1 million people were left homeless. Beau will now tell you about how Caribbean Harvest is helping turn things around for many families in Haiti.
Valentin Abe is the founder of the Caribbean Harvest Foundation. He is the person who drove us all around Haiti. We are lucky enough to have him here tonight. Val? He was born in Africa, but he's been in Haiti for over 15 years. He studied aquaculture at Auburn University, where he learned all about the fish industry. Time magazine called him one of the 100 most influential people in the world. Val's dream is to recreate the fishing industry in Haiti and give people the ability to sustain themselves. One of his favorite sayings is, "Give a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Teach him to fish and he will eat for a lifetime." My brother and I want to help Val make his dream come true. Here's how it works. Caribbean Harvest gives families along large lakes in Haiti the ability to raise and farm their own fish. Cages and baby fish are provided to each family, and they're responsible for feeding them and raising them. 264 families have been helped so far, but 500 more really need your help, and that's why we're here. The first step in the process is the hatching. Val is responsible for this part. He has 2 different hatcheries, and we've visited both of them. One is in Croix de Bouquet, and the other is in Boucan Carré. They have large tanks where the fish are hatched and raised until they are 6 weeks old and about 5 centimeters long. These are called fingerlings. 1.5 million total fingerlings are hatched and raised annually by Caribbean Harvest. The next step is the raising of the fish, and the families in the program are responsible. The families need to feed their fish 3 times a day, every day, for 4 months. The fish is tilapia, and when fully grown, they weigh about a pound. The cages produce about 2,400 fish per cycle, for a total of 2,300 kilograms per year by each family. Caribbean Harvest, after that, purchases the fish back from the families, and then Val distributes the fish to local markets and hotels. Caribbean Harvest is now building their own processing plant so that they can process the fish themselves. The most amazing thing about Caribbean Harvest is how much money they make for the family. In most charities, you're just giving the person something. But in this project, you're giving them the ability to sustain themselves. You're giving them a job. And the return on the investment is huge. The total investment cost is about $2,700, and the profit is about $2,300 per year. That's a huge rate of return of about 85%. So people in this program are more than 3 times the average income in Haiti. President Clinton called this model the biggest return on an investment that he has yet seen. Xander will now tell you about how you can help.
When we went to Haiti, we donated cages to 2. When we went to Haiti, we donated 2 farms. It was amazing to see the impact on the families. They now had a job. Beau and I started Fish for Life because we want to help people. Our goal is to provide cages for at least 100 families, which will cost about $264,000. I'm thrilled to announce that as of this morning, we have raised $205,000, and I think you guys really deserve a round of applause. We decided to develop a mobile app as a fundraising tool to help kids raise money. There's a function for donating, a function for recruiting where you get your friends involved, a My Stats function where we record everything for you, and if you have any questions, ask Dr. Valentin Abe himself on the app. Kids who join Fish for Life can compete for prizes. We're going to hold a network marketing contest. You get points for money that you raise and also for money that your recruits raise. You get 1 point for every dollar that you raise and half a point for every dollar that your recruits raise. Depending on how much you raise, you can receive great prizes like Amazon gift cards, iPod Nanos, iPad Airs, and MacBook Pros. And for our grand prizes, we'll be giving away tickets to the Jingle Ball for those who raise the most money. And the winner will get to meet President Clinton. Haiti needs your help. Here are a few ways you can. You can join Fish for Life and become a fundraiser. You can contribute by donating. Or you can spread the word by liking us on Facebook. A little money makes a big difference. A penny given is a penny earned. Teach them to fish, and they can feed for a lifetime. Thank you.
Now we will have George Stephanopoulos ask us a few questions. George, can you please join us?
People I interview don't invite me to interview. This is good. I have to say right at the start, I mean, it's pretty humbling and pretty inspiring to see a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old set up something like this and get it going, actually stick with it. A lot of people have the idea to do something good, but don't follow through on it. So Xander, if you could just start out and just explain where it came from, what gave you the impulse, and then the steps you took to get it done.
Well, I mean, it really started when our dad took us to Haiti. We originally went to give out soccer balls and go see really what a third world country was like, and it turned out to be a life-changing experience for the both of us, and I think that's really the origin that it came from.
What was it about it, Beau, this trip? What made it life-changing? What did you see? What did you feel?
Probably because neither me or Xander had ever been in anything close to this level of poverty. So that, I think, is the main thing that changed us the most.
And you almost can't believe that it can happen, right? That it's possible. So you come back and you get the idea. You knew that the Caribbean Harvest was doing good work. But one of the innovative things you've done is figure out a way to get other young people involved, particularly through social media. So why don't you tell us about that?
We're using social media in a couple ways. So first of all, if you like us on Facebook, it will help spread the word. We created an Instagram, so if you follow us, you can see what's going on at Caribbean Harvest, and we're also doing that with Twitter.
What's the reaction been like from your friends and others?
I think it's been positive. I don't know. I kind of have to ask my friends here, but I hope they're inspired for sure, and I hope they like this program and try to compete for prizes.
And I think one of the things that's so powerful about the whole idea is, and you put it up on the screen right there, your grandfather would be very proud of any business that could get an 85% return on its investment. And you've really come upon something that can, and I was talking to Val about this earlier, you've really come upon something that not only is going to just give some help to people for a moment, but can make a difference for a lifetime. And that's really the big idea behind this, right, Beau?
Definitely. When we're helping someone for the lifetime, that's what my favorite part about this charity is. As I said in my speech, in most charities, you just give something to someone which is much more temporary than in Caribbean Harvest, you're giving them a lifelong achievement.
From what you've learned so far, this has been going on for about a year, what's been the hardest part about getting this all started?
I mean, I think the hardest part was really getting it off the ground and getting our friends involved and planning the party. I mean, this has really been 3 years in the making.
Well, we can tell.
It's
a pretty great party. But here is the one thing that puzzled me as I was learning a little bit more about Fish for Life and everything you've been doing. Why start in South Korea?
So my dad's friend Jung, who is also here tonight, he is from South Korea, so he got us a couple of press interviews, and also one of his friends is a headmaster at 3 different schools, so we gave a presentation at all of those.
Did you get a chance when you were in Haiti to meet many Haitian children, get a good sense of what their lives were like?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when we got to one of the villages where we were donating cages, right from the start, there was this one kid that came up and grabbed my hand, and that was really powerful and kind of an inspiration behind this whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And when you go back, I assume you're going to go back at some point. What is your big hope for what Fish for Life can do, and what would you like to see in Haiti over the next 5-10 years?
I would definitely like to see all the families that have been helped through Fish for Life. Feel like that would be very motivational to me.
Mm-hmm. We're getting close, right? So your goal is $268,400, and we're about $50,000-$60,000 away right now.
Yeah.
You want to make one more pitch?
Donate, please.
There they are, Xander and Beau. Donate, please.
Thank you, George, and thank you guys all for coming. We're, again, really glad you're here, and I hope you just know what such a big difference you're making by just attending.
Also, thank you to Square for all the support they've been giving us.
And thanks to Val. Val, if you could come up here to give us a hug.
And also, if you have any more questions, feel free to come by us, and we'd be delighted to answer them. Also, make sure to check out the silent auction.
Thank you to Beau and Xander and the Peterson family for organizing this. I mean, this really touching. I'm completely overwhelmed. I guess Michael and I were talking about that a few years ago, and I said, Michael, looks like we're getting too old. So thinking about retirement, now we can go easy because we have a good backup here. Thank you. And also on behalf of Caribbean Harvest, I would like to thank you all for being here. You know, that's amazing. That's really amazing. And the people of Haiti, the people within our program, thank you. They cannot be here, so I'm speaking on their behalf. And thank you all for everything that is being done today. This is about hope. This is about tomorrow. This is about creating jobs, not just handouts. This is about love. Because when you give, it's an expression of love. And that's what this is all about. Loving the people of Haiti and giving them hope. It's easier to say that give a man a fish and you'll feed them for a day. Teach him to fish and you'll feed him for life. Well, it goes beyond that. We are not just feeding people. It would have been too easy just to buy fish and then feed them. No. We do more than feeding them. We allow them to have a better life, to be able to send the kids to school so that they can have a better education. About 99% of the people we are working with are uneducated. They don't know how to read and write. And so, if we don't break that circle, the children will grow up without the opportunity to read and write. But if we give them that opportunity through Fish for Life, through Caribbean Harvest, then we'll make better citizens, better people, and that's hope, and that's what we're doing. So, thank you guys. Job well done.
Thank you. I think that will pretty much conclude our presentation. I also invite you to, if you see all these beautiful pictures along the wall that were generously donated by Harry Benson, they're all for sale, so I ask you to go check those out. And if you have any urge to donate, which I hope you all do, because we need another 60,000, there's a donation table in the front. Most of the kids, actually, including my best friend over here, Michael Hill, he has a little device that I think I have in my pocket. It's called Square, as my brother said, and you just plug it into your phone, so you can get it through that too. And my brother and I will also gladly take checks, so thank you.